Now let's get to some of your thoughts on our big story from last night. It was about a sexual assault case in Washington County where a woman was assaulted by a complete stranger in broad daylight on a Max platform. The 19-year-old man was initially charged with a felony and a misdemeanor, but in a move that some in the legal field told me is rare, the judge stepped in and reduced the felony to another misdemeanor without any kind of deal made with the prosecutors. Instead of 90 days in jail, like the prosecutors asked for, the judge gave him 30 days, ordered him to undergo sex offender treatment, register as a sex offender, and banned him from TriMet property for 5 years. She also put him on 5 years probation, which the prosecutor did want. But the judge did drop that felony to a misdemeanor, to the surprise and disgust of the victim and the prosecutor. Now, if you missed our story, you can watch it anytime. It's on the KGW YouTube channel. The majority of your thoughts sounded a lot like this from a viewer named Glenna.
I would challenge that judge to ride to work every day on the Max and see how vulnerable women are in particular. This young man is a sexual predator and needed to be locked up. In taking that away from the victim, you are taking it away from women in general who are not believed when we are attacked verbally, sexually, emotionally. Shame on her. Shame on that judge.
Dick wrote to us to say, after her, the judge, watching the actual assault on a video from start to finish, there's no denying it was intentional, and the man should have faced the felony charge. Shame on the judge.
That story on that woman, that poor woman who was diminished by the judge, infuriates me. It just shows that women do not count. I have never been so angry about anything in a very long time.
We also heard, though, from some of you who think the judge's decision was somewhat justified. Ron wrote in to say, let's start with agreement that the crime was ugly and disgusting. He needs to get a serious punishment. However, a felony conviction makes him virtually unemployable for the rest of his life. That is pretty harsh for a 19-year-old with no priors. But 30 days in jail is a joke. Another viewer on YouTube chimed in, I do not condone his actions. However, being a registered sex offender at 19 for the rest of his life will be much worse than the jail time and probation. His life is ruined. And we'll end on this one from Mark. The voting public would appreciate knowing of the judge who reduced the sentence from a felony is an elected judge, so we can vote our approval or disapproval. Well, Mark, the judge is elected. Her name is Janelle Whipper. She's up for re-election this month in the primary. That's 11 days from today. But she's running unopposed in Washington County. So unless there's a serious write-in campaign to unseat her, it appears that she will keep her position for another term, which, by the way, will last for 6 years.